Tuesday night, 7:43 p.m. You stop at the gas station on the way home because you're out of milk. The cashier asks if you want a ticket. You almost say no. You buy one anyway. You don't think about it again until Wednesday morning. The radio says someone in your state hit it. $2 billion. Single winner. You laugh. You pour coffee. You scroll your phone. The numbers are on the screen. You read them once. You read them again. You pull the ticket from your wallet. Every number matches. You sit down on the kitchen floor because your legs stop working. You don't move for an hour. The coffee on the counter goes cold. The toaster pops up and you don't hear it. Your phone keeps buzzing on the table and you can't even look at it. $2 billion. You, the guy who got declined for a credit limit increase last month. You don't tell anyone. Not yet. You call in sick to work. You drive to a lawyer's office your sister's friend recommended once and you've never used. You walk in holding the ticket like it's made of glass. You ask the receptionist if you can see someone today. Urgently. She asks what about. You say you can't say. The lawyer is older, gray hair, sharp eyes. He takes one look at you and closes his office door. You put the ticket on his desk. He doesn't say anything for a long time. Then he picks up the phone. Within 48 hours, you have a lawyer, a CPA, a wealth manager, and a private security consultant. You have not spent a single dollar of the money. You have not held the money. You have not even seen the money, but you've already paid $40,000 in retainers. Then comes the choice, lump sum or annuity. The lawyer explains it slow. $2 billion is the headline. The lump sum is closer to $930 million. After federal tax, after state tax. You sit there nodding. You take the lump sum. Because of course you do. $930 million hits an account with your name on it the following week. You stare at the number on the screen. 930 million. You don't feel anything yet. You feel like you're looking at someone else's account. Then comes the announcement. Your state requires it. Your name, your face, your city. You ask if there's any way around it. There isn't. The press conference is short. You wear a suit you bought yesterday. You hold up a giant cardboard check that feels like a joke. You smile because the photographer says to smile. You walk off the stage and into a black SUV your new security guy is driving. By the time you get home, your phone has 847 missed calls. Your mother, your sister, your ex from 3 years ago, a cousin you haven't seen since you were 12, a guy you played pickup basketball with one summer in college, the kid who sat behind you in 10th grade homeroom, a woman who says she's your half-sister and you've never heard her name in your life. You don't answer any of them. Your lawyer told you not to. You answer your mother eventually. She cries. She tells you she's proud. She doesn't ask for anything. You almost cry too. Then she mentions your brother. He's behind on his truck payment. He didn't ask her to call, but you send him $200,000 that afternoon. He texts back 2 words. Thank you. You don't hear from him again for 3 weeks. The buying starts slow. You tell yourself you'll be smart. You'll be one of the good ones. You won't be on a documentary in 5 years titled, Where Did the Money Go? You pay off your mortgage. $340,000. Gone in one click. You pay off your sister's mortgage. Your mother's. You set up a fund for your nephew's college. You buy a new car. Nothing crazy. A nice SUV. 80 grand. You almost feel guilty until you remember you have 929 million left. Then a slightly bigger house. Then a much bigger house. The much bigger house has 8 bedrooms, and you don't have 8 people. The much bigger house has a pool you've used twice. The much bigger house has a kitchen that costs more than your old apartment building, and you don't cook. You buy a watch. You buy 3 more. You start to lose track of what things cost because none of it matters anymore. A $40,000 watch and a $400 watch feel the same when you have $900 million. You stop checking prices. You stop checking anything. 6 months in, you fly first class to a country you've always wanted to see. You sit in a hotel room that costs $9 grand a night and you eat room service alone. You scroll your phone. The view out the window is the kind of view people put on screensavers. You don't take a photo. You don't know who you'd send it to anymore. Because here's what nobody tells you. The friends start to disappear. Not all at once. One stops calling, then another. The ones who stay sound different, quieter. They laugh at jokes that aren't funny. They never push back on anything you say. Your college roommate used to argue with you for hours about movies, and now he just nods. You can't tell if he agrees with you or if he just wants the conversation to end. You invite him out for dinner. He picks the cheapest thing on the menu. You insist on paying. He thanks you 4 times before the appetizers come. He doesn't text you the next day. You're in the bathroom of a restaurant in Lisbon when you realize you can't remember the last real conversation you had. Real meaning unfiltered. Real meaning someone forgot you had money for 1 second. The relatives keep coming. The half-sister you've never heard of files a claim. An uncle nobody talks to anymore writes you a letter. Your mother's hairdresser texts your mother and asks for your number. Your phone has a new number every 6 weeks. It doesn't matter. They always find it. You meet someone, you think it's real for a while, she doesn't bring up the money, she laughs at your jokes the way people used to. You start to think, maybe this is the part that goes right. A month in, she meets your friends, she's perfect with them. Charming, curious, she asks about their kids by name. You watch her work the room and you feel lucky. Then you find a photo of you on her camera roll from 2 weeks before you met. The angle is from across a parking lot. You're at the gas station. The ticket is in your hand. You don't say anything. You stop calling. She doesn't ask why. She already knew you'd figure it out eventually. You write a check for $10 million to a children's hospital. The local news runs it for 1 day. The hospital sends you a plaque. 3 weeks later, your inbox is full of organizations who heard about the hospital and want to know if you're available for a meeting. You stop opening your inbox. Your mother calls on a Sunday. She tells you your sister isn't talking to your brother because your brother got more money than her in the first year. She asks if you can do something about it. You don't know what to do about it. You send your sister the same amount. Your brother finds out and stops returning her texts. Your brother stops talking to your sister. Your sister stops talking to your mother. Your mother stops calling on Sundays because every conversation now ends with someone crying or asking for something. You spent your whole life thinking money was the thing you needed. You sit in your 8-bedroom house on a Tuesday at 2 a.m. and you walk through every room. None of them are warm. None of them feel like yours. The kitchen still smells like the contractor's paint. You step outside. The grass is cold. The sky is the same sky you used to look at from the parking lot of your old apartment building. Smoking a cigarette you couldn't really afford. Same stars. Same depth. Same silence. You used to want a different life so badly you couldn't sleep at night. You got it. You stand on the lawn until the cold gets in your bones. Then you go inside. The house is dark. The hallway is silent. Your phone is charging on the counter and there are no messages from anyone you actually want to hear from. You go to bed. Tomorrow, your wealth manager will call. The portfolio gained another $4 million while you slept. He'll sound excited. You'll say something polite. Outside your window, the stars haven't moved. Everything underneath them has. You're not poor anymore. You're just alone with better furniture.